Martin Lawrence went from being the class clown to making millions of people laugh with his unfiltered comedy. He was also able to cross over into television and movies, but as he experienced success in the entertainment industry, his personal and professional life cracked under the pressure. Don't forget, you can listen to this audio and one unreleased video per month on the RRG Patreon. Details are in the description box. Now, let's get into today's video. Martin Lawrence made a name for himself on Def Comedy Jam and other projects like the House Party films and Boomerang. He's most famously known for starring in the 90s sitcom Martin. The show centered around Martin Payne, a Detroit disc jockey, his love interest Gina Waters, and their friends Tommy, Cole, and Pam. The first episode aired in August 1992, and the show was a hit. He began dating actress Lark Voorhies, who gained notoriety as Lisa Turtle on Saved by the Bell. She also made an appearance on Season 1 of Martin as the lead character's love interest. According to People magazine, Lark and Martin got engaged in 1993, and her Saved by the Bell co-star Dustin Diamond spilled some interesting tea in his memoir. Dustin wrote that Lark and Martin's relationship ended when Martin went on the Arsenio Hall show and announced he was engaged to someone else. When the Saved by the Bell cast reunited to record audio for the show's DVD, Dustin said Lark would flinch whenever a man came near her or whenever a man's voice was projected towards her. Many believed this meant Lark experienced something terrifying during her relationship with Martin. Years later, Lark attempted to expose male entertainers in the industry by posting a synopsis of Dustin's book written by an unnamed source on her Instagram. In her caption, she wrote, "ML is no saint either." She also wrote that men should be held accountable for preying on innocent women. The post was later deleted, and she claimed her account had been hacked. Martin never addressed those allegations. However, he moved on while intending to marry another woman while he was dating Lark. The other woman was former Miss Virginia, Patricia Southall. It's unclear when they started dating, but the Washington Post reported they first met in 1992, which means Patricia was definitely in the picture when Martin was engaged to Lark. Patricia told Dr. Phil she moved to Los Angeles in 1994 when she decided to pursue her dreams of becoming an actress. Sadly, she was hit with numerous rejections. She said, "I was always almost there, but not good enough. And then I felt like I was a total failure, even in my personal life." Patricia and Martin got married in January 1995, according to the Washington Post. That same year, Martin experienced blockbuster success alongside Will Smith with the release of Bad Boys. It should have been a wonderful time for the Lawrence family, but it wasn't. Patricia told Dr. Phil, "We were both really young, volatile with one another. We just could not figure out how to make it work." Patricia later admitted that in July 1995, while on the set filming A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, the actor began screaming, cursing, talking incoherently, and he refused to be restrained. Patricia said Martin was admitted to the hospital and was later found wandering the streets in his pajamas, muttering about going to a surprise party for himself at the Hard Rock Cafe. Their daughter Jasmine was born in January 1996, and things at home got even worse. In May 1996, Martin was found roaming on a busy street in Sherman Oaks, California, with a loaded weapon in his pocket. Witnesses told the New York Daily News the actor was acting like a madman. He was observed screaming things at passing cars like, "Fight the power," and "I always told everybody they'd be coming for me someday." Police removed him from the area and took him to a nearby hospital before he was transferred to another facility. His doctor told police Martin had failed to take prescribed medication and suffered a seizure. However, his publicist contradicted that report by issuing a statement which quoted Martin's doctor, claiming the entertainer was suffering from complete exhaustion and dehydration. A toxicology report showed no substances in his body and no charges were filed. Things got worse from there. The LA Times reported Martin began skipping out on his comedy appearances, and in August 1996, he showed up at Burbank Airport with a loaded weapon in his luggage. Unsurprisingly, things continued to go downhill between Patricia and Martin. She claimed during a night in mid-September, he woke her up, picked a fight, and then shoved her. She got her daughter, and according to the LA Times, they went to stay at a hotel in Universal City. She told Dr. Phil, "I had nothing. I was ashamed, embarrassed. I was a mess." But it was Martin who filed for divorce in September 1996. According to the Washington Post, a month after he filed, Patricia won a restraining order against him. She said Martin was enraged when she left and threatened to hurt her and her family. In divorce docs, Patricia said Martin only drank occasionally, but he was smoking substances every day, which would cause him to speak irrationally. Her allegations coincided with reports that Martin had an incoherent outburst while filming an episode of his sitcom. And then there was the bombshell. In divorce documents, Patricia said since July 1995, Martin had undergone psychiatric treatment and had taken psychotropic medication. She stated he had a full-time live-in nurse since May 1996, and psychiatric testing in September of that year found impairment in his thought processes. A psychiatric expert who had no association with Martin told the Washington Post the actor's irrational episodes and symptoms were typical of bipolar disorder. After 20 months of marriage, Patricia and Martin were over, but they battled over child support, and Patricia contested their prenup. According to the Washington Post, she requested $50,000 a month to maintain her lifestyle. Patricia moved on with NFL player Emmitt Smith, and Martin moved on as well. He accompanied a friend to a little gathering, and that's where he met Shamika Gibbs. Shamika told Boss Up she was in the kitchen cooking, and when Martin was asked if he wanted something to eat, he answered, "No thank you. I want some Shamika." According to Shamika's timeline, they met sometime around 1995, which meant he was still legally married to Patricia. He and Shamika became friends, and she said that eventually he got some Shamika. But there was more drama in Martin's professional life. In November 1996, Tisha Campbell left Martin in the middle of the 5th season, and in January 1997, she filed a suit seeking damages against several parties, including HBO, Martin, and his production company. According to the LA Times, Tisha claimed conditions on set were intolerable, and she gave detailed information about what she had to endure each and every season. In Season 1, Tisha said she consistently turned down Martin for dates. In Season 2, she claimed he, quote, became increasingly manic and volatile, and he would often and easily fly into uncontrollable fits of rage for no apparent or rational reason. His rage allegedly became worse in the 3rd season, where Tisha claimed Martin humiliated her in front of the entire cast and crew on so many occasions that it reached the point where she needed to be hospitalized due to stress. But wait, it gets worse. In her suit, Tisha said Martin would grope her, kiss her, force his tongue into her mouth, and simulate intimacy with her on the set in front of the cast and crew during moments when they weren't rehearsing or filming. By Season 5, Tisha said he was, quote, simply out of control. Tisha said she pleaded to writers to stop creating scenes where she and Martin would have to be in bed, but they continued to write bedroom scenes. In November 1996, Martin reportedly had his most hysterical outrage, which prompted Tisha to leave the set. Eventually, she settled the suit for an undisclosed amount and agreed to appear in the last few episodes of the show as long as she didn't have to film any scenes with Martin. Months after Tisha's suit, Martin was locked up after punching a man in the face twice after they bumped into each other at a nightclub. According to E! News, he was sentenced to 2 years probation, community service, and was ordered to remain in an undisclosed, medically supervised treatment program. The sitcom Martin ended in 1997, but the actor found no shortage of television and movie roles. His relationship with Shamika continued on as well, as more issues popped up in his personal life. On a 100-degree day in August 1999, Martin was on a mission to lose weight for a movie role. So he put on a rubber suit and a wool hat and went for a jog. According to the New York Post, an hour later, Shamika opened the front door and found Martin moaning and gasping for air. She applied a cold compress to his head, but it didn't help, so she called 911. He was rushed to the hospital with a temperature of 107 degrees and his kidneys had failed. As the ambulance arrived at the hospital, Martin slipped into a coma. After 3 days, he was on the mend and responsive to outside stimuli. No substances were found in his body, and his kidneys slowly started to improve. He told ABC News he had to wear a diaper and attended physical therapy to regain his ability to walk. He said many friends reached out to support him, including Magic Johnson and MC Hammer. When he was asked by ABC News what his friends said to him, Martin joked, "I don't know. I was high." Shamika gave birth to their daughter Iyana in November 2000, and they welcomed their second daughter Amara in August 2002. That same year, Martin decided to set the record straight in an interview with ABC News. He called the media the scum of the earth for fabricating stories about him. He didn't deny that substances actually played a part in some of the things he had gone through. However, he denied being diagnosed with bipolar disorder. While speaking with the Chicago Tribune, he said there were devils in his life who were trying to cloud him. He got rid of everyone and was left with a group of people who were genuine. He was ready to focus on his work and had another successful film under his belt with the release of Bad Boys 2 in 2003. After knowing each other for 15 years, Martin and Shamika got married in July 2010 at his Beverly Hills home. But less than 2 years later, they announced their marriage was over. Martin eventually moved on with Roberta Moradvar sometime around 2014. After 3 years of dating, Martin proposed with a 5-carat ring. TMZ estimates the ring cost him $500,000. Martin and Roberta have yet to tie the knot, but everything else appears to be going great for him. Bad Boys for Life was released in January 2020 and brought in over $450 million worldwide. For now, he has Bad Boys 4 in the works and has made amends with Tisha Campbell. Martin has had an iconic career filled with many ups and downs, but these days we're so happy that he is celebrating life, success, and a new love. Let us know your thoughts on Martin Lawrence's life, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.